Lately, I've noticed that I've been getting a lot of comments about my mental health videos. People who have been reaching out to me telling me that they have some of the same conditions that I do, or very close to the same conditions that I do. If you're new here, I have bipolar disorder, avoidant personality disorder, and I also have all of the markers for ADHD and OCD. I just found that out like a week ago. So I haven't been diagnosed with the last two, but the first two I've been diagnosed with. And I've been basically, my entire life is focused around mental health and healing myself and my children from trauma, drug addiction, all types of stuff. I've been in recovery for 6 years. Either way, I'm having a manic episode. I did not know that I was having one. I've only known that I was having manic episodes before when I was in a stressful state of mind. This is the first time where I wasn't particularly stressed about anything, but I'm still overstimulated. I didn't even know that I was in this state until my kids said something. They're like, you just can't sit down. Like, you're doing the most. And I have been. Let me show you what I've been doing. This was a delivery box. And I like to paint. This is my family's mural. I did most of this stuff on here. And I'm running out of room. So I've been taking the boxes that I get. I do a lot of deliveries because of my mental health. I don't go out very much unless it's purposeful for my therapy. I don't go out very much. So I get all my stuff delivered. Groceries, stuff that I need for the house, whatever. So I have a lot of these boxes and I don't like to throw stuff away. And the recycle is always full around here. So I started cutting the boxes up and using them for vision boards and for art and stuff. And the kids have their own vision boards. Arts and crafts is something that I do to manage my excess energy when I'm having a manic episode. I also do that to manage stress. I'll journal in my journal. I do that every single day. I live my life around exercise, writing, and reading once a day, every single day. That's something new that I've implemented to help manage my mental health because I'll never accomplish my goals if I don't force myself into some sort of program that regulates me and forces me to be consistent. I lose track of time. I lose track of who I am and what I'm supposed to be doing here. And fulfilling daily, just normal things that people do are very hard for me. Decorating a house is a concept so foreign to me, just like idle talk, like, oh, how's the weather? My brain can't, I don't understand those type of things. And so, like, I will mimic what other people do in social situations or even in life or like parenting. I used to just mimic what other people, what I saw was societally acceptable. Okay. When I was being observed by my peers. But inside my home and inside my head, I'm a totally different person. I guess people call it masking. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. That's what I would do so that I wouldn't be attacked. And so I just now avoid having any type of interaction outside of interactions that I have to have with other people because my mind just works differently. And with my sensitivities and all types of stuff, it's just easier for me to just deal with my family because they get me, and my home is an environment that I've cultivated that supports my mental health needs, basically, and the mental health needs of my family. And that's all I have the capacity to focus on in my life is educating myself, strengthening my body, and fortifying my mind, and working on my relationship with spirit, and trying to develop my spiritual skills because that's all I have in defense of myself. Like, I don't like guns. I feel like they're enchanted. I don't trust them. My weapon of choice is my mind, my spirituality, my God, and my blade. It's my head chop. Always keep it next to me. R.I.P. to Spinner, my dog. I loved him. That was my weapon. But back to this mental health stuff. I'm having a manic episode. And so since I am a recovering addict and I cannot use medication to deal with my stuff, I use herbs. I've got this sleeping tea that I have. It's got like lavender and licorice and chamomile, all types of stuff to help calm me so that I can sleep. You know, I'll exercise, right? Deep breathing. I'm really going to start getting into meditation. Like, I have to actually dig into what it really is. I've been studying it for so long. And I find that it's just best for me to sit in quiet spaces and just not try to focus on anything and just breathe and just see where it takes me. Because I will overthink myself into not doing anything, which is back to why I had to force myself to stick to an everyday schedule. And now I don't have to force it. Now it's so programmed into me to get up and do certain things. Get up, give thanks, clean, cook, do my business online, exercise, read, write, deep breathe, clean, do these things repetitively every single day so that I can stay focused. That's what I have to do. So I did not know that you could have a manic episode and not be stressed out. I thought that you would only have a manic episode if you were like stressed out. So I'm going to talk to my therapist about that, and I'm going to keep track of my episodes because I need to know, is there something I did to kick this off? So now I have to sit down and really think about, is there some change? Was there a change in my schedule? I know I had a decaf coffee, but I didn't even put that much in there. Maybe I'm becoming even more sensitive, and I just really have to just not do the decaf at all. I know I'm not supposed to have caffeine, but there's a little bit of caffeine in decaf. So maybe I just shouldn't do that at all. Or I don't know. Maybe there's something else that I did, but I don't feel stressed. You know. Or maybe, because when I studied stress in college, well, I was studying psychology, aromatherapy, creative writing. I went to college to learn. I just loved learning, so I took so many different classes. It was talking about eustress. It's good stress. So even when things are going well, it still causes a certain level of stress in the body. And when we start talking about stress and chemicals that the body releases, and now we're opening up a whole new can of worms when it comes to mental health. So managing stress is extremely important, especially for women. I just wanted to share with you that I'm going to share with you more mental health videos because that's what's getting the biggest response. I get a lot of people that share their stories and their struggles that feel hopeless, I guess. And I think maybe the problem is not having practical ways to deal with your mental health throughout the day. People will say, stay positive and just meditate and, go get outside. And it's like, I need more than that. I need things that I can actually do that I can see a change in me. And I know the biggest things that have helped me are prayer, okay, taking space for myself to manage my emotions. If I don't take space to process things when they happen, I end up freaking out. Listening more than I speak, working out and journaling. These are the things that help me the most. Moving around a lot, like it's crazy. When I was telling my psychiatrist about my day, she told me that the day, and I was telling her about my schedule. I do pretty much the same thing every single day. I have to keep a schedule. That's what keeps me straight. Having an appointment drives me insane. It's like torture. Up until I get to the appointment, it's like torture. It's torture. Having appointments is slow torture for me. And she said that my regular day-to-day schedule sounds like a manic episode to her. I'm looking at her like she crazy. She looking at me like I'm crazy. And it's just like, where do we go from here? She wanted me to be on medication. I'm like, I'm not trying to do that. So she prescribed this medication for me because I have really bad allergies. I'm allergic to my cat. I'm allergic to pet dander, cut grass, all types of that stuff like that. And so they came up with her and my therapist came up with the grand idea of giving me a medication for my allergies that is drowsy. It's one of those situations where they use a medication for more than one thing. They use it for allergies, anxiety, and as a sleep med. So they were like, why don't you just use that on nights you can't sleep or, if you have an anxiety or whatever. But I haven't been able to remember to pick it up. And then every time I pick it up and they refill it, I forget to pick it up. And I've done this like 4 times over the past month. And it's so obvious that I'm not supposed to be messing with that. I'm just going to leave it alone. See, this is what I'm talking about. You got to look at everything through a spiritual lens. And if something keeps not working out, then obviously that's not for me. And I'm not talking about a goal that you keep trying to reach that you don't accomplish because you get, you know what I'm saying, you have barriers or whatever. I'm not talking about that. Those type of things build character. I'm talking about something new that I'm introducing that I already don't believe in and I know I'm not supposed to be doing, and it's not working out for me. Then clearly I'm not supposed to be partaking in it, and I should listen. So whatever. I love you. I appreciate you so much for being here with me on my journey to healing. I don't want you to feel hopeless. I felt hopeless at one point, and no matter what, God got a clean record with me. Spirit has brought me through every single part of my life that I thought was impossible. I'm still here. I've been dead, like clinically dead, more than once in my life, and I'm here. I'm here. People who have tried to take my life are not here. And I got to witness that, unfortunately. And that's not something that I revel in. That's not something that makes me happy. But it's something that I hope brings you hope. We're still here. We're here for a reason. And I love you, and I appreciate you sharing this journey with me. If you're interested in more videos about mental health, spirituality, single parenting, or vegan cooking, check out my playlist. If you're interested in checking out my music, it's available under my artist name, The Fury of Abyss, on all music streaming platforms worldwide. I love you, and I'll catch you in the next episode. Peace.